And finally, IGP Dampare to prepare our Parliament committee on investigating leak audio about that one thing. I just say involving Bugri Naabu and the 3 police officers be at the IGP Edi EBPM. Video no about 3 hours long. But once I be the about 10 minutes and video ni na and I'm about one in no. But some reason and I'm a day bro. Samson Paul Adom Otchere so I channel do home. I'm a Paul Adom Otchere. The reaction. Hi, Gossip 24. Message when you did. So be me a subscribe button. Now I click the bell notification icon. So now face follow your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Maybe I gossips24.com. Any Gossips24 TV. Now make house some dog on the share the video see a bro. So get a smartphone and also a laptop and also a computer be with a which mean any extra income. I just say no bit me the child bills, which me the beer shell, bit me the crowd on tide, the aqua be near the one, and the living boss, why one castle boss. Ni na Sandra and the befa santi anymore. The website www.sandraokwan.com. Sasun na best na that screen so won't be asia. Wait me a friend and that's what was happening. No be some questions. Obe church will be any so. Come on. Before we go straight into the story, it's IGP finally to me copy where Parliament committee or maseti aside no amacha say IGP Kasai. I'm Kasai for over 3 years solid hours. But me actually say we need 3 hours out of the share so video. It's in a mass summarize be am no be discuss it wa. Now ma for we bring na judge IGP in some more kind of musi IGP ko PR e musi IGP no question also answer yes or no wada e musi IGP Kasai ye pa IGP ni say no see here no nyoma no sa na wo pen no IGP there na seven IGP ko kan in fact mo share conversation as a kra no there was a banter between lawyer Kwamijan and honorable Attribution to say na lawyer Kwamijan person say IGP na hu hia say in some of be kan no nkonfo na mo be bo no so bo no enso betina ho bi but lawyer Attribution echemu di ntia e wo so mo tina ho.
And initially there was no need for the IGP to be here. Please get my premise right. Because if you pay regard to the first tape, there was nothing that IGP has done. On the contrary, there is a congregation of men who are talking about him. So why invite the IGP? There was no point. But now that those men appeared before us, and they are saying certain things about the IGP, then it is consistent with the natural justice principle that the IGP should also make his initial, remarks, or if you like, say what he wants to say, either in confirmation or in rebuttal to what they've said, and then you go into the conclave to do what is necessary.
Now that aside no IGP na kasa shase kasa now for me some IGP ni kan so mama ati asempo say watch police service ni mu esin COP George Alex Mensah Superintendent George Asare any Mr. Emmanuel JB at so no IGP na serve for 33 solid years since 1990 we are service ni mu no was serving for 33 solid years. Say wow why are there now eno and IGP ni di chire mu say ono position bi a wa fa mu our police service ni mu yina say one man be ASP no jumping here straight to SP ni yina no because say you're passionate about the service after you no qualify and after you no you're hard working until put no bosan man no IGP no.
So in terms of my qualifications, my ranking in the police service, it has been purely based on my competences, my academic qualifications, and hard work because of the passion I have for the work.
Now from that and IGP betche we say police officers me say nobody asema to nisuni na only good relationship. In fact, COP George Alex Mensah podie ne yere podie ono krampo IGP ne friend mama. What I say Superintendent George Asare so ono ne bon komo kama Emmanuel JB mu yina only motivate.
Let me speak briefly about my colleagues here. George is my big brother. JB is my kid brother. Asari is my brother. The beautiful thing is this, Honorable Chair. We've been together for far long. And my brother George, his wife, since I joined the police today, I call her my mom. And that will never change. And JB, my brother, my kid brother, when I became the Inspector General of Police, I call you and offer you the position of Director Cybercrime. My brother Asari has already gone through a whole process at various places. By the time I came, he was still at the position of where he is today. We've not had recourse to as to where precisely he wants to be. And this is how I have coexisted with all of them.
In that honor, IGP ni person Ghana 40 as so only omo ntibone. It's whatever is going on no IGP ni nyom boni bia e wo say omutumi ono IGP ni sa. And also mutumi kasa ansem ne efa no. Na sansem ma ka fa no IGP ni say. Ensem na ha ne pa are bringing a lot of pain because in sema ombeka ye na no. No money evidence. Na say akra oba city kra no tie bo so omo say evidence.
And the matter was about finding out what has happened and who said what and where it came from. And my brothers were given opportunity to come and speak. And they did speak and made indication that, yes, they are involved in what was happening. Then all of a sudden, instead of them to focus on that matter, they came out with wild allegations, Honorable Chair, with wild allegations that touch my person, the police leadership that I lead, and the entirety of the police service. Without, until today that I'm being told that now they have some evidence, without a shred of evidence. Honorable Chair, at the time that they were making it, without a shred of evidence. And Honorable Chair, those wide allegations without a shred of evidence has brought a lot of pain to myself, my family across the country, and especially my wife and children. That you are so patriotic because you believe in what you call Pan-Ghanaianism, where you think that because of your multi-ethnic nature, everybody you see, as long as the person is a Ghanaian, is your brother or a sister, mother or father, uncle or auntie.
Now, Chemus on the who say, and Sema on Bekaye, on Betinaho, and he is the West IGP, and IGP has done this, and we have videos, and they are not happy, and I say anything. Who says allegations in there? Omo de buy say na be omo de be cover bu shame. Omani na ewuo. So ma kakọ say baby ni Bugri Naabu akakọ twetwe nkomo. Some person mu yi ono IGP ni sinche ni adade no. Eye de wo na achi omo. E no mbe kan sansem de to ono IGP ni so. Say na be omo be cover omo ni wo.
They came, made all these allegations in order to cover up probably the shame associated with what they got themselves involved in the first place. And I, an innocent person, focusing on my job, working in concert with my team and all commands across the country to keep the country safe and make it to be at peace with itself. I've been asked to come and answer to these allegations, which are wide, baseless. And I feel in my spirit that this is just not fair.
Now on the case as to whether so doing said asama COP George Alex Mensah ekaye so no IGP ni the West IGP and now say bibisa no or see who ni say bia George Alex Mensah no na no fun be no person ka so no IGP ni the best.
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. Honorable Chair, I think probably my brother wanted to say I'm the best and he missed it.
Now from this statement, no IGP chair the entire of feeling so the best because or see who ni say the predecessors no osua o manamo any nyoma bi a omo ye ya na enkoye no e no IGP na correct e dia kan de ho e be man na best. In fact, or cite examples of nyoma bi o de gu akwemu from communication to say you secure some highways and affairs danger zones ni adade kentampo tafo kwan ni ade nyina ono IGP ni the examples nti o hu ni say some administration or no leader as IGP no ebe the best ama nchiriba so no ababaye bi e de ato aso no IGP de ka sanse bu ina na mafosa IGP o ye campaign na so kasa ebi musisi o IGP so kasa yi ebi musi de bi o sa IGP yi sana no question bi o e bisa na o so ka yes na se bi okeke na IGP ni move on. An example question we bisa ne say Bugri Naabu and ebua no e ma ne lobby be IGP ana.
The A is just requiring you to say yes or no. The A is requiring you to just say yes or no. IG. IG, has Chief Bugri Naabu ever lobbied for you to become or to be appointed Inspector General of Police? Just yes or no?
Honorable Chair, the fundamental point is this. I have been in the service for all this long. By the grace of God.
Now, this question, no more expect IGP George Dampare, yes or no? No, but by God's grace, now, a woman will quote Genesis chapter 1, verse 20. What's that be? Can yes or no? Finally, IGP to make a yes or no.
I crave your kind indulgence. Your man is saying just answer yes or no. Was he part of the lobbying team to get you, appointed as the IG? Yes or no?
Honorable Chair.
Yes.
The answer is no.
Now again, no IGP is also established here. Say, only Bugri Naabu any working relationship bia na say contract bia police service need Bugri Naabu the contract bia. Inti amama fu be na wonder say wow. Inti video no banter no mo have a boys ni fe Bugri Naabu sa conversations ni na no acting na no mo act na say bibi sa. Amama fu be now a lot of questions wo omutirim. But IGP say whatever be the case no intro and I say intro so be amode atun so be no say ni ono kan no or the omoboni acho.
There's nothing I can do about it. And if I feel bad, it's to some extent, but as a Christian that I am, forgiveness is a medicine. And that is what I've just eaten. I've drunk by going to my brothers and just letting them know that, as far as I'm concerned, whatever they have done is not an issue to me, because the Lord that I serve keep comforting me in a manner that is beyond my comprehension.
Now IGP Nika say we forgive you more pay and Adom Otchere about good evening Ghana so. Now about good evening Ghana na say me ba ko pay. So on ti ase say IGP no nya akwanya ekotena commission committee ni na oni omo twetwe nkomo ana so oba be clear ne ho no. Ono IGP be quotations and na de omo ye na ha me pa and na de omo ye na hye me pa and na mebusia the extended family me nuclear family me great me omo yina affected me yire ni na ha ye ni ade hye me pa Paul Adom Otchere sense kon no ye president his excellence na dada kokufadwa nka IGP anajo na obecho letter dia man so on fit post.
Plenty of us always go through this kind of situation. People say things about you, they don't know you. People say things about you, that is not true. People say that you have done this, is not true. You have done that, is not true. And now they say it on Facebook and they are typing. And the other day, sorry, I like to digress, I apologize. I put something on Facebook and I'm referring to this lady, my friend, the NDC lady, Della Russell. Some Sunday I was there, I started getting calls. Hey, Charlie, where are you? Where are you? Have you seen what the people are writing about you? What is the matter about? I said, what matter? Charlie, read. They say something about UPSA. We're in 2023. I'm talking about 18. So some NDC guy called Abraham Ferguson or something says that he has some story about something Paul Adom Otchere did at UPSA and he's going to publish it. So everybody sent it to me. So I wrote on Facebook, Mr. Whoever you are, please, in the name of God, publish. So people called me. I said, I went to school at Presec and I went to University of Ghana. UPSA, I have never entered the gate before. Never ever entered UPSA gate. I went to Presec in 1987 or something. And UPSA was just right there, behind Reverend Gag's house. If Presec, you come from house 1, you are in IPS. We used to call it IPS. I have never entered that IPS compound. And I went to Legon. IPS was there. We used to cross over to the Chinese restaurant near the IPS to go and buy Chinese when we were in Legon. I've never entered. So if they say they have a story, they should publish. 2018 up to 2023. Where is the story about whatever Paul Adom Otchere is supposed to have done in UPSA, which is so embarrassing, so disgraceful, they were going to publish? I said, by all means, publish. Nothing has happened. I'm not crying. You have the opportunity to face your accusers. You have the opportunity of a parliamentary inquiry, which is proper. Now, if they brought that Ferguson boy to the parliamentary inquiry with me, I will whip him because he has nothing to say. You, Dr. Dampare, they brought you to parliamentary inquiry so that you can answer, and they've given you a platform so the people of Ghana can hear your truth. And what you do is to cry. Police in crying. COP, Commissioner of Police, you are crying. And police can cry. I'm not saying you can't cry. You can cry. If you show up at a disaster place and children have been washed away by water, I will cry. If you come to this, I was at the stadium disaster and I cried. I was with Uncle Frankra. We cried. We were reporting for joy. We were crying because people are dying. That's not why he's crying. He's crying because 3 police officers have said some things about him that are untrue and it's very painful. So he's crying. IGP. If I were the president who appointed him tonight, I'll call him and say, Chief, I don't think that you can go on with this one. You were crying at the committee. Crying, pa. He's crying. And that's the point I'm making. Why was he crying? It is to court public sympathy. Who is telling him that he needs public sympathy? What does he need it for? He needs to design the system and deal with the interior system and deal with it. What does he need public sympathy for? He is not contesting an election. He was not elected. He was appointed on account of his merit, and his merit is substantial. Dampare's merit is substantial. He's been appointed as a result of that. And then he comes and people are telling him, you have to do PR. You have to, then the PR now runs him aground. That's what excessive PR does. And I stood here and said before, Dr. Dampare's PR is excessive, and it will run him aground. Tonight, he's offended Ghanaians who are one ethnic group. There are 30 million of us. Maybe 20 million of us are one ethnic. Wale Wale only, Bamboy only, Kwamo only, Jamai only, Windiba only. All the only people. You are not passionate about Ghana. Dr. Dampare and the rest of our brothers and sisters who are multi-ethnic, they are passionate about Ghana. What about members of parliament who are quarter Scottish? Dr. Zanetta Rawlings, she's a member of parliament. She is quarter Scottish. So Dampare is telling us tonight that we should be suspicious of Senator Rawlings' commitment to Ghana. Is that what Dampare is saying? That we Ghanaians, we should be suspicious of Senator Rawlings' commitment because he's quarter Scottish? This is sad. We are not suspicious of Dr. Rawlings' commitment to Ghana. We think Senator Rawlings, her family, her father, her mother were fully committed to the Republic of Ghana. And she is still committed, irrespective of whether she is quarter Scottish or not. And the Supreme Court had occasion to rule on this in Adom Otchere versus Rawlings. The Supreme Court was clear on the matter. When they dismissed the application of Adom Otchere, they made these comments that it is dangerous for people to say these things. And you have the Inspector General of Police. He goes to sit in front of Parliament. He's multi-ethnic, therefore he's passionate about Ghana. After that, he's crying. I work hard, and these people, they come here, and without any shred of evidence, they say things about me. And I have been called to come and respond. What?
Now, me need the one so doing if I the Paul Adom Otchere I can't any there. But so be some personal opinion. Me the me want say in your way I so in ano reference because say the IGP Nagasaka say halfway there in conform yensa and as a police form yensa somewhere involved in the league tape to Bugri Naabu say almost some evidence to back whatever allegation or whatever against the IGP, including contracting ya no whatever allegation I pop up or commission and as a committee no or more evidence on the back, say ba you so why na innocent and why na you try to so and why na try to it is how media a mre what I say asamba na ya man mre ahwe dia asem ni kokosi say so sa evidence no on be kata so na emba bonten na emba be justify and na emba be vindicate ni na no ye wa ha e die ni ehwe aha e go 624 me nim dia won so wadwen fa ho obetumi a che wadwen e comment section Magraheb.